Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Tre'Vion. Back in the spiggity spot. Today, I'm in motherland, nature, you feel me? This is my first time actually just taking a moment to just absorb life. I thought taking this approach into being 21 would be very beneficial. Honestly, the gym wasn't open, so I thought going outside would be the best thing to do, because it just will allow me to have to deal with my own thoughts. And a lot of times I don't like dealing with my own thoughts. So I was like, let's do it today. I no longer want to live a life where I'm just working 24/7 around the clock. I do understand that I am building a brand, I'm building a legacy, I'm building consistency within my life. I know that that requires hard work, and I can't just lollygag all the time or just sit around. So I'm just realizing, like, what can I do in order to have a better output? I've recently lost weight. I would say I lost like 50 pounds. I went from 250, damn, and now I'm currently at 195. And I'm actually very, very grateful, because this has been a long journey. I remember when I was depressed in 2019 all the way up until 2023, because in 2023 I moved to Atlanta, but I didn't realize that I was still going through that depression phase, and I was still sad about a lot of stuff, and you know, I was still going through the motions of getting through the hurdles and the challenges in life. And I just realized that most of those times I never took a break. I never took a moment to just sit and think to myself. I use work a lot as a way to distract myself, and I never took the time to just heal and indulge in the idea of what it would look like to be on the other side. Thankfully, I am on that other side now. I have a way more positive mindset. I feel as though I've done a lot of personal development. I just take it day by day rather than trying to do it all at once, one at a time, every single day, you know? And the main thing I just came to realization with is I just really have to take time to just reflect. Take time to just appreciate the things that I already have. A lot of times I just want to go, like keep going. It's like we ran over the digits, we ran over that money. You just always chasing something. I've always been that strong-willed person to just go after my dreams and chase it and keep going and keep going. But now I'm like, you're 21. Everything that you said that you wanted to come into play since you were a child, basically, it has came into fruition, and I've realized, like, wow, you really have outdone yourself, but you haven't appreciated it. And I just realized you have to appreciate the small moments, because the small moments pass and they never come back. And if you don't appreciate those times, you will constantly reminisce on what you could have done. And I've sacrificed so much in my life. I've sacrificed time from family. I sacrificed, you know, relationship, and even just like living a life of my own, having some time to just do things that I enjoy. I enjoy spending time with myself. I enjoy just having idle time to think and be creative. And when I'm in that restraint of just constantly using my creativity, using my brain, I get very flustered. And I realize the clock is always ticking and it's always moving. And as we move, the clock continues to move. But sometimes you have to get in the mindset of stopping that clock in your mind. You have this amount of time to get this done. You have this amount of time to be here, do this. You really don't realize how much you miss. I remember when I first started my business, I wanted to make $1,000 from my brand. And I made that 1,000 and I screen recorded it. And I took that moment and moved forward and never looked back to appreciate that moment. When I started my YouTube channel, I was praying, oh, I'm gonna reach 10,000 subscribers. Hit 10,000 subscribers. Once I hit it, I got to 20K, 30K, 40K, all the way up until 50K, and I missed the moment again. With this podcast, Growing Painz podcast, I should say, within a year of having a podcast, we have reached so many people. Our voices have been heard in so many ways through the podcast, through our individual brands, and I don't want to miss this moment. I don't want to miss the moment where I'm genuinely happy. Although everything isn't perfect, it's not ideal and it's not realistic. It will never just be one thing. It will never just be perfect, you know? There's gonna be highs and lows, but you gotta move with the ebbs and flows of life, and you have to just do what is necessary in order to keep going. When you're in your 20s, You may look at it like, is what I'm doing right? Is what I'm doing beneficial to my future, or is it a detour of my future and moving me into a different lane, into a different path? That's why you need those moments to just sit and reflect. You need those moments to just realize, what did I do wrong here? What did I do right here? Appreciate the pros and cons. And a lot of times I don't do that. Instead of realizing, like, you have been able to sustain your life off your brand, RoyalTMadeIt, through graphics, through YouTube, through washing cars when I first started. You have been able to maintain your life since you were 16. In order to keep going, you got to take those moments to just reflect and not miss it. Because in our 20s, we question a lot. We tend to question so many things. Am I on the right track? Am what I'm doing is right? You know, if you're a follower of Christ, you want to know, am I being a good and faithful servant? We may tend to ask ourselves, should I give up on this? Should I give up on that? But I feel as though we give up on life too quickly. We give up on the things that is called for us to do, is called for us to have and attain, due to all of the obligations in life and all of the things of the world that distracts us. And we got to take control of our mind. You have to take those moments to take a step back and look at what you already done. And when you look at what you already done, you realize, okay, this is what I can do in order to continue growing. To keep going is to keep growing. And we have to continue to thrive in the areas that we lack in order to grow. And I know that my characteristics, my traits, who I am right now, the version of myself that I am right now, is not gonna get me to that next level. Traits such as inconsistency, traits such as self-doubt, traits such as my self-image, traits such as not taking action because I'm fearful, or getting so overwhelmed of what has to be done that you do nothing at all. But I can't be so tied to a schedule that, bro, you finna dance or something? All right, let me not get distracted. But I can't be so tied to a schedule to the point that I just miss the mark. And that's why I don't believe that we just live life just to wake up, go to work, take care of our obligations after work, and we go to sleep and do that routine again. That's not life, bro. We're supposed to live. We're supposed to have moments to just experience life, travel the world, have creativity, do things that interest us, find hobbies that keep us going. That's why people give up so much, because we lose the vision of what is required in order to be a better version of ourselves. I just really don't feel as though I should be old and swallowed up. I just don't think I should be old and swallowed up and struggled up just working. Like, I'm supposed to retire my mom. I'm supposed to make a way for my brother. And it's not, I won't say it's required of me, meaning like there's no pressure to do it, but that's what I feel is necessary. You know, take them to a different level. Like, there's just so many limiting beliefs that you may have in your mind. And when you do what is required in order to really get that motion going, get your mind to start thinking in different ways and be genuinely curious of other things in the world besides your environment and besides what you see in front of you, like, bro, you could live a full life. Like, and that's what I want to live, a full life. You think I want to be 30 sitting in front of a laptop still? No, bro. I want to go to Bora Bora. I want to, you know, go to Chinatown, see how they make clothes, how they make sneakers. I want to travel the world and just like bring people that I love with me, buy my mom a new car, her dream car, you know? And all of this stuff sounds good, but if you miss the mark, then who's to say if it'll ever happen? And this is why a lot of people, we don't get where we want to get to, because we miss the mark of what can we do in order to excel our output, excel our expectations. I just believe the rate of our execution has to be higher than the rate of our excuses. Our excuses will have us in bondage and strongholds. Our excuses will hold us back from thriving. And I just really am in a phase where, like, I'm not gonna miss this moment. I'm not gonna miss this moment of being 21. Because once you get older and that back start to crack, and them knees stop working how they used to, you may not be able to travel, big dog. You may not be able to go and do what you gotta do. And so with that being said, we gotta take care of our health. We gotta take care of our mind. We gotta fight temptation. All of those things that keep us distracted and not focused on the vision is really what's gonna hinder our future. But that's why you gotta take a step back and really just evaluate everything. Look at everything from a full aspect and just realize, like, all right, this right here I can improve, this right here I can work on, and we go from there. And so, like, yeah, that's my goal moving forward, is to just live life, improve my mindset, improve my health, and just, like, really take the time to, like, do what is necessary in order to stay on track with where I'm trying to go, where I'm trying to elevate to. So the overall intent is to not miss the mark, not miss the moments, where there's room for growth. There's room for accountability in the areas that I fall short to. And so yeah, let me know what y'all working on. Where y'all at with life? What season are you in? Because like I said, I just know in our 20s we just really question a lot, and we try to figure out like, am what I'm doing is right? And I just realized like I can't get caught up with social media. I can't get caught up with comparing my life to somebody else's chapter, because they may be on chapter 500 and I'm on chapter 328. That's my birthday, so I had to use that number. You heard? So that's all I got for this video. It's a calm little vibe. I'm really gonna try to get out more and just have these moments of breaks and not missing a moment, so that way I could just reset and realize like, all right, cool. Not just always working Monday through Sunday. It's like, bro, stop that clock in your mind real quick. Slow down before you get swallowed. Leave a comment below. Let me know what y'all thinking. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk.